Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. So, as you can see, I'm already here joined by Zinovia Ulyanov, Granny PC Gamer, that's Granny Plays Games, and Professor Cynical, and we're really hoping to have Captain Steve join us pretty shortly. He said he has some other issues, he might join a little bit later, I'm really hoping he will. Anyways, we are here exploring an interesting world, as you can probably see, where we're actually going to do some void walking. I can see Professor Cynical's ship is about to come. We have Granny who's building something somewhere around here, and this is actually the actual crack between the two worlds. Okay, let me just fly up for a second, and we can see what these worlds look like when we're outside of them. Yeah, I'm flying between the atmospheres, so this keeps changing. If I go a little bit further down, it'll change back to the atmosphere of the other one. Yeah, there are lots of planets here, bases here. Let's just fly a little bit out. Okay, and we can actually see exactly what this looks like. Yeah, the names of the bases are actually pretty simply, indicative of what people thought about it. The Edge of Insanity, Fall In. These are really nice places to visit. This one's a little bit further. Let's see, which one's this one? Come on. Ah, that's a Russian text. The Ride of a Lifetime Colliding Planets. Screaming Chorus is the base we're going to. And Professor, oh, hang on a second. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. So let's everybody say hello. First of all, Professor Cynical is with us.
Hello, hello.
Nice to have you. Granny.
Thank you.
Hello.
Zinovia.
Hi.
Hey everyone. So basically, we're also doing a Discord voice call on my server. It's not open to general public, but some of my staff could join, and we have Teru. Also in that chat, say hi, Teru.
He's probably muted, trying to say hello.
That's fine.
Hello.
Thank you. Oh, well, it is kind of difficult to navigate this place. Well, at least I saw some green circles. Very well.
Hey.
Yeah,
Are you able to get in here?
Well.
Oh, lordy. You might want to forewarn people the screaming chorus could just activate.
You want to explain what
very
that
loud. It's when you're hitting the boundaries between the planets so quickly that the game doesn't even know how to load anything, and it just starts screaming at you, genuinely. It is very loud though. It negates your volume. So if you have it set at 2, you're going to expect 1,000.
Yeah, I've seen some recordings of this before, and friends, be ready if you're with earphones. Be ready to hit that mute button or just throw the earphones away. I'm not 100% sure we're going to do this kind of a jump, but Professor, where are you going?
This place
It's
is
going
cursed.
places.
This
It
place
is.
is cursed.
This place is
Can you
cursed.
actually land
I
it?
love it.
I can tell you this. This place tells you exactly what quantum physics is. You're actually jumping in 2 directions at once.
Your
No.
mind is already blown.
It is. Yeah, and you start
It's good.
trying to do stuff, and I mean, this gives the word base jumping a whole new meaning.
Now, have you done
Yes.
any type of void walking previously, besides maybe the Nexus or whatever is it? The anomaly. That's it. That's the right word.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when Professor, I think when you visited New Alaria, We actually, I mean, Zenobia had a small, tiny base built at the side of some outcropping of the land, and basically it had a chair there that you sit in the chair and you're in the void, and then you get up and you fall down just a little bit to a staircase that's ready for that, and then you're void walking. And I think we did that together, you and I.
Yes, vaguely do remember that.
I mean, that wasn't
Okay,
the,
so you've done some.
that wasn't the most interesting base, but it was interesting. There were a few bases there that, to this day, when I visit there, they blew my mind.
Yeah, my bases are not that interesting. They're just voided. That's where I reside, so.
So,
Is it really bad that I just want to spawn in a Nautilon and roll it down the hill and see where I can land?
Actually, yes, do it. It will actually give
quite
you the
hilarious.
achievement. It will give you achievement for the deepest ocean, even if there's not an ocean on that planet. With that,
Goes.
if you put the Nautilon into the sludge layer, and it's like a register, it's kind of like a weird pseudo water layer.
yeah.
It's like a secondary layer to the water, but if you put it in that one, you get into it, you get into the Nautilon, you just let it fall. You're gonna be falling you could fall for almost 45 minutes if you don't touch it, and you'll get like this huge achievement. You'll never get it back again.
That just sounds
Right.
like a good time to me.
It is. It is a very good time.
I actually
All right.
have a base ready for that. Maybe we'll go there a little bit later, and we'll see. Now, Professor, I don't know, have you had any contact with Steve?
No, I have not, but he is a busy guy. He is a busy
Yeah, of
guy,
course.
so he'll probably join when he can. He's obviously got tied up.
Who is it there? Is that you with the, what's it called? The Nomad?
I cannot
Me?
confirm nor deny. It's me.
He's just spotting everything. That's great. But yeah, just be aware of the screaming chorus, because I just don't want people getting their ears blown
Yeah,
away.
but that really
that
happens. That happens only when you jump into the crack itself, right?
Yeah, it does, but it can also happen while you're on player, but you have to do very specific conditions to get that to trigger off. It's really hard to do it by
Yeah.
your, like, leg work, but if you do it by the ship, oh boy, you can get it to send off. It's loud.
So
I just wanted people to be aware of it, that's all.
right. So while we're waiting for, hopefully for Captain Steve to join us, I'm going to go and reload a different game of mine. I'm going to go back to mode select, and I'll leave the group for a short while, and
All right,
then
talk soon.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm still here, still in the Discord chat and in the stream. I'm
Uh-oh.
just gonna load my main save, and my main save, and that's only to show. Hang on a second.
Not
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, yes! Plunge into the void!
So,
You got to do it, you know it.
so first of all, let me show you what happens when you're in the void. Right, and you can see that I'm in the void. You can see the entire terrain above me. That's a different planet. On this planet is where my settlement is, but I'm relatively close to the ground. So the game is rendering all of these things. Yeah, let's go to. If I go to camera mode, to photo mode, you can see where I'm at. You can see
That's a beautiful void.
yeah, you can see the settlement. But the thing is, a lot of the vegetation gets to be rendered because I'm relatively close to it. Okay, if I go with the photo mode, I go further down and down, and then look up. As I go far from it, or if I look at other areas that it didn't render, you can see the edges of the square where the game actually rendered it. Okay, if I go here, then places that are close to me will get rendered. Places that aren't will not have the vegetation. But as I get closer to it, it might render the vegetation.
Remember, if you hit that mirror layer, it's going to start reversing your camera.
Yeah, I know. But what I want to show is what happens if you just jump, okay? And that is true for any void. Okay, so I'm just going to jump. Whoop! Hey, I'm back up here.
Oh.
That's what happens when you jump. And I've actually, I'll show everybody this. I've actually decided to use this autophage camp. I mean, these things have always creeped me out, right? When you go stand here and nothing happens. Except I decided to use this to go into the void. So, bam, there we are in the void. Okay, that's important to note because one of the things that happened with Professor Cynical recently is this thing with the anomaly and supposedly throwing people into the void. Well, like we said, this was staged, and these were people who actually did know, even though it wasn't clear, right? But it doesn't matter. And Professor Cynical actually showed later that it doesn't matter. You can be in permadeath, and you can be with 0 health, but still alive, and fall into the void, and all that happens.
The void is the safety net.
Right.
That's exactly what it's built for.
All that happens is you come back here, right? Now that I've shown this, I have a Nautilon down there just to show that other thing that we said, what happens. But I'm going to do that maybe later. I'm gonna go back and join you guys. Maybe I should join Teru instead, so that the group will have a slot empty, right? And because it has an empty slot, then if Professor Cynical gets free and is able, if Captain Steve gets free and is able to join us, then hopefully he will, right?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, well, Discord is preventing me from recording. I don't know why. It's never happened before.
Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that.
Granny, I can't help you with tech. I can't help you with all the tech that you have, bro.
Well, Granny, let me tell you what I think. I don't know if you're streaming
That's neat.
in Discord.
No,
This may be related. This may be related to some privacy settings in Discord. Right? It could be.
Bye,
I
Professor.
don't want to mess about with that.
Hey, Taylor.
too much, but
What happened? Did he go and come back? What?
He jumped off the edge of the platform in his Mac.
Yeah. He's into the void.
I mean, looking
I
at
love the
the
void.
crack here, it's it's freaking crazy. It is so. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some other planets with colliding planets, and actually one of our staff members in the Discord server, Roja, actually found a colliding planet in which one of them is a water planet. I mean, wasn't the first or the only one found, of course, but it was a really nice find too.
I do believe
Yeah,
it
that'd be
was one of the
interesting because that's a
first ones-
displacement. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I do believe it was one of the first ones found after the update for Worlds Part 2.
Right. So if anybody in watching the stream has any questions for any of us, questions on anything, on No Man's Sky, on building, on the state of things, on planets, just anything, just don't be afraid. Ask away. There's so much knowledge here between Professor Cynical and Granny, who's also an excellent builder, and even I know a couple of things,
I've actually got a base down there in the cravat, right down there in the void.
In the void.
I actually got a base building in the void in that crack. But
I remember when you did that. Oh,
Remember?
lordy.
Yeah,
Wait a
it's still
second.
down there,
Daniel Hipley
but it's really
asks.
dodgy.
Daniel Hipley wrote in the comments that that 3 planets too. Do you happen to have the glyphs to that? If you do, maybe you could send me in Discord the glyphs to that. Maybe we can go see it. I've
which one?
heard of a place with 3 planets that are collided, but I've never seen it.
Oh wow, that'd be fun.
That'll be more scary, no?
Well,
You just see Cynical in the background just doing all sorts of.
I'm betting he's recording stuff and he's gonna have interesting videos after that.
I've already seen things I've never seen before. It will be in a video.
Wait, seriously? Oh,
Yeah.
This is
I
going to
thought
be
you saw
epic.
everything.
I'm honored to have brought you here. Then, thank you for for doing this with us.
No. Thank you for the invite. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, we want you to have fun too.
Ooh.
I do this
Oh,
all
I'm
the
having
time,
a
though.
blast.
This is normal for me.
it's funny trying to crawl along the planet's surface, isn't it?
Oh, well, if you're trying to go up, which is actually the normal surface, yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah,
Hi,
Jim,
Captain
good to
Steve.
see you, buddy.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, Captain Steve.
Oh my god, is that
welcome.
the Steve?
Hello.
Loud and
You
clear.
all right there, guys?
Hello, sir.
You all right?
So
Come join us.
come join. You can
Yeah,
join
I'm
Professor
trying.
Cynical's group.
Oh, that's fair.
One of us.
I'm trying to join on PC, and I'm not seeing him listed there.
Oh, no,
Hang
not
on,
again.
Maybe he changed it to
Let
invite
me double
only.
check.
Yeah, I should change mine to invite only. No, it is invite only. Yeah, because I joined
Uh-oh.
Teru, and that's fine. That's perfect.
No, I don't see him there. I'll try on my PlayStation. I'll boot that up.
That'll be very cool.
Oh, the screaming chorus won't sound as nice on that one. I've got a recording of that too. Someone did it for me.
Are you actually going to try and do that?
No, I'm just saying he activates it on accident, it's not going to sound pretty. It's going to sound horrifying.
Look at those creatures up there. They're so funny.
All right, they're just walking
Captain,
there.
I've left the group. Go ahead and enjoy me, bud.
So I'm just looking
Hello.
at some of the
Should be all
comments here. So Daniel Hipley writes, Onsetter friends found it.
The only trouble with that is,
Ask
as soon as I
him
swap over to
who's-
my PlayStation, I can't hear you guys now on my PC.
Oh,
Oh, have you got Discord?
Yeah, I can't hear anything you guys are saying now. I'm on my PlayStation.
well, we could always just tell him to try
Oh.
PC one more time. You know, since it might be a privacy setting or whatever in his little thingy thing menu. You know, since he's not friends with us, he can't join stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know.
There's a base
Now,
out
can
there
you-
floating about.
You
Oh, there
mean
is?
Yeah, I could
The
delete it, Granny.
Sergeant Kendall's base, Temple of the Apocalypse?
That's the one.
Yeah. I just marked.
Oh.
I marked. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go see what that is. Which one's my ship? Come on. I don't remember.
Just click them all until it works. That's what I do.
Look at that one. So you have
No, I
chosen
mean-
Death Seaside Resort. That's way down there, isn't it? That one looks like fun.
Death.
Here's
Sorry,
my ship.
death.
And the landing.
Oh, that's
looks
rather
really
interesting.
weird.
What's that?
So, if you guys place down a trade rocket, I don't think you can see them on like other people's side, but you place down a trade rocket, then fire it off. Because of the 2 planets being really weird like this, the trade rocket actually starts to spaz out and doesn't know what to do.
That's great.
Yeah, that's like most PC players when I bring them here. But although I have to let them be
Okay.
calm about that. I was like,
So this
Oh,
planet,
that's kinda cool. Can you hear me?
Granny?
Yeah, I
can
can.
hear.
Okay,
yeah.
I can hear all of you guys now. I've managed to sort it out. So I've got my PlayStation on, and I've managed to join Cynical over there.
Excellent. I've just
Yes.
landed at the base that Granny just mentioned, Kendall's Temple of the Apocalypse, and it is crazy weird. Oh my, that is really, really nice. It's a wow, that really is a beautiful base. It's a
I did it in the
it's a
safest
pyramid.
spot, but near the area, so.
It's a pyramid. He has 2 times the logo of the United Federation of Travelers. Let's go in
Ah,
and see. Yeah. So there's another teleporter here. Okay. All kinds of things. It's not a very big, I guess,
he's above.
not a very big pyramid, but it is here. Let's see if I can just teleport back to you. Can I see? I need to
Yes,
see
the screaming chorus.
my
You should be
other
able to.
bases.
Fudging
Screaming
Christ.
chorus.
Why,
Screaming
what's
chorus has
up?
a wonderful.
What
wonderful-
happened?
Hey,
There's a
look!
base there with landing pads, and when I try to land on it, it just throws me all over the freaking shop.
Uh-oh. Wait, is it
They're like-
mine?
They're like sideways on upwards. I don't know. For like Spider-Man. Okay, here we go.
This landing pad down here should be okay.
Yeah,
I'm going
that-
to.
Yeah, I
She-
built
Oh.
it right
Oh.
above that weird layer, just so that people can land properly. It is still
going to-
tricky to get here.
I'm launching
Okey-dokey.
this trade rocket, guys.
So let me just say something because I'm seeing that we have
Hi.
somebody on the stream named Snowcat. Hi there, Snowcat. You wrote, I want to learn how to build this. Well, I think definitely I have a video about how to build pyramids. I actually built a triangular, a triangular 3-sided pyramid as a monument to Zoo Games back when
Oh.
Ricey set up the event of building monuments. And there's a video where I showcase this, and there's a video that I explain. There isn't. I don't think that I made a video. I explain how to build the 3-sided, but there are also other videos how to build 3-sided. There's a wonderful video by I can't recall his name. Well, first of all, there's always Beeblebum. Beeblebum has lots and lots and lots of excellent building. I've learned most of what I've learned about building from Beeblebum, and then by just trying things out myself. There is Scottish Rod. Scottish Rod has an excellent video on building a 3-sided pyramid. Highly
Yeah.
recommended. Yeah. All right. I'm done blabbing. I want to talk to you other guys too. Go ahead.
I've managed to get to Cynical. I found him. We're kind of all lopsided and all over the weird.
Of course, that's
Yeah.
the place.
I joined a little bit late. Have I missed the actual discussion? What you wanted to talk about?
There was no discussion yet. I mean,
No, we were genuinely waiting for you. We were waiting for
Oh,
you.
okay, cool. Sorry about that. Sorry I was late.
No, you're fine. You just jump in and have a great time. Look for icons and fly to them. That's about all I can give you advice.
teleporting back to Screaming Chorus.
Okie dokie. So you hit us up. Good guys, free to say you wanted to talk about entry points into the void and
Yeah.
recent dramas and all that sort of shenanigans.
Yeah, so I did mention the fact. I did show what happens when you fall into the void. Yeah, I can do that again, just to in case somebody else has joined us since then. So all right, I'm in the wrong save file. Yeah,
Are you live streaming right now?
I know.
No, are you live streaming?
Ah, yeah, of
Question.
course I am.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, and we
I'm flying
mentioned
blind.
that you said that you might be able to join and that you're busy, and that we were very happy that you did.
Yeah.
So
Oh, here we go. Gotcha.
let me just reload that save. Okay,
Cool.
and this is my autofade settlement, and I was showing what happens when you fall into the void, and explained
Okay.
that Professor Cynical actually recently showed that you can be in permadeath with 0 life and fall into the void, and nothing happens. So, yeah. Hang
If
on a
you're
second.
about like in the
Let me
space
see.
anomaly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hang on a second. My stream will freeze for a second, but let me try to also stream.
I can see
On
you underneath
Discord.
the planet's surface at the
Yeah.
moment.
So I'm really hoping if somebody is watching the live stream, it could be stuck for a little bit, but should continue pretty soon. Don't worry about it. There, I see. I can see in my monitor of the stream that it's okay. So this is near my settlement. You can see my settlement right there, up there, and I just showed what happens when you fall into the void. But now everybody's watching, so I'm going to show what Cynical tried earlier. So the layer that we're seeing right here, this yellow pink sludge, bam!
Yep.
I fell off. Here I am, and this is what happens. So what I want to show
back on the surface.
Yeah, that's what happens. And Cynical showed that even if you are with 0 life in permadeath, you will still be back at the surface with no problem. And I think he did it in the anomaly, and showed that in the anomaly you're also coming back and with no damage. So I'm showing this again. I showed it a bit earlier, but this is for you, Steve. I've actually put a short-range teleporter into my my temporary base in the void, so that I can easily get there. Click, and I'm here.
Okay.
So, right there. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to try to do that again. And the reason is that I have a Nautilon there, and I want to see what happens when I go there. So, where is that Nautilon? So something happened here. I think I know. The Nautilon is there. It's in the sludge, but something happened. It didn't save all of these stairs that I built earlier. So let's rebuild those stairs.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I fell here because I expected it to let me go down.
Uh-oh.
Zeno, did you upload the base again after I built the things?
Yeah, it should be. Should be displaying, is it not?
Oh yeah, it is. But I just thought.
I mean,
we should
Cynical's having a great
upload it.
time over here with the Nautilon. I mean, a fantastic time.
So
It's great watching him in the background just going back and
so
building something.
let me just explain something. There's a layer called the sludge layer, okay, which is, you can start to hear, if you're listening to my stream, you can start to hear water. This water is actually called the sludge layer, and when I actually go into it, the entire scenery will suddenly change, okay, because the game will start rendering things differently. Okay, and let's see if I can find that spot. And you'll see it as soon as I cross that layer. Now, if I use this, I'll take... there you can see this layer is right here. You can actually fish here, okay, in the sludge. And
yeah, you can.
This
That's
is
awesome.
this is a pretty nice trick, okay? This is a pretty nice trick. Why? Because you can be on a planet that has no water. You can still fish there. All you need to do is learn how to get into the void and simply go fishing.
Just use a chair, Ian. All done. Literally, that's it. A chair.
So
Your friend.
You see, all this sort of stuff has been in-game for eons, really,
forever.
hasn't it, technically?
It really has, yep.
I mean, I wouldn't call this the void per se, and I know that what Professor Cynical was doing inside of the spatial anomaly. I mean, Professor Cynical's video that he made. I mean, he had a time bomb inside the anomaly. Not a legit asset. I don't know how anybody could have thought that it was real in any way, sense, or form. All I said was to Cynical is maybe you should just put something up at the start, you know, like they have to do on American shows, that comes up and says this is for entertainment purposes only. No travellers were hurt during this making of this video. This is just for dramatization. Maybe some sort of disclaimer that comes up. I mean, shows in the US have to do that all the time. So maybe that's all you needed to do, Cynical, and then maybe it would have all been fine. I know you've got a lot of blowback, but pushback.
So
That's the thing.
No.
Like, I generally didn't think I had to, but like at the time, I generally didn't think I had to. You know, because the first video that I made, like you said, was, you know, the time ticking bomb and all that. I'm starting to think was me editing that good that people actually thought it was a real threat.
Perhaps,
But
yeah.
you know, that's
Yeah.
just what I mean.
Wild
When somebody
times.
can put up a video of a house cat growing muscles and shooting a machine gun using AI, and people actually in the comments put, "Is this real?" I think it's the time that you need to put disclaimers on almost anything.
You do.
know.
You do at this point. I'm sorry, guys. I know.
the biggest
it's
issue
the way it
is the biggest issue is, sorry for speaking over you, Zin, is that there are too many
fine.
people who are too easy to impress and too trusting to believe anything that they are given. And I think we as No Man's Sky players and creators tend to think that every No Man's Sky player is similar to us. And while they can
Yeah.
be as smart as us or even smarter, some of them have completely different sets of values and beliefs, and some of them might believe things that we just don't find it possible that we find it impossible for somebody to believe such a thing. And that's, I think, what happened here, right?
Yes.
People were
We've got a
just
lot of new
Also-
players. You know, even Nintendo Switch 2 has just joined us, so they might not know what is possible, what isn't possible. It's like even your demonstration right now, and you're saying that this is an entry point almost to the void. People might interpret it differently. You're saying that this area is the void. You've called it the void. It's not legit Hello Games' version of the void.
Correct.
You know, they might bring in the Void Mother, the Realm of Glass, and it might be something completely different to this.
True.
This is just a glitch. This is a game issue. This isn't so much fishing in the void right now.
absolutely correct, Captain Steve, and maybe we should be more careful and say this is a planetary void. This exists on each planet, right? And
Yeah.
I was saying earlier that this is just right above this point where I changed the color of this set of stairs. Right just above it, a couple of stairs above it, is the point where the sludge hits. Okay, that's where the sludge exists. Okay, you can see that it's like 2 or 3 stairs above. And see what happens when I just walk down here.
Wild time.
Bam! Everything disappeared, and now I'm looking into a void. And this is the deepest inside, I think, right? I mean, our resident expert
Well,
on the
aside the
planetary
mirror.
void. Say
But the
again?
mirror just reflects you backwards.
Yeah.
That's just the
Going
core.
deeper.
Then there's the mirror. Yeah, the core. The mirror is what
What we-
actually keeps you from completely falling through the planet.
What we call the mirror.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I call it a mirror is because it actually reverses your camera. If you
That's
bring it
right.
down there far enough, it actually starts making you look backwards. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It is
and-
very strange, isn't
I
it?
think they muted that mirror layer. You can't see it anymore. You used to be able to. That's the sad part.
yeah,
There's
I was-
also another area. If you manage to get to a planet before your actual graphics card starts pulling down the assets, it actually puts all the assets on a staging platform. You see all knowledge stones together, you get to see damaged machinery together, all the crystals, and then it puts them out to the actual planet. But that's if you've got a really terrible graphics card or something that can't keep up with pulling the assets to the stage. There's different layers to this game. There definitely is. I mean, I think I remember Sean Murray in an interview ages ago saying that you could dig to the center of the planet, but you can't. You know, there's these layers. There are bedrock. You can't
Yep.
dig all the way through the planet. It's not as voxel generated as we was led to believe.
So where is that other one that I placed? I mean, looking down there, I can. It's
Got eaten.
somewhere. It fell
But if
way,
it's-
way down.
If this was your video is about, though, Good Guys Free, I don't know a massive amount about all of this sort of layered stuff underneath the planets. I haven't played too much or shared too much of it, mainly because I was worried that people might get stuck or it might cause more confusion. So I haven't put much videos out. So this is quite interesting for me to see. But at the same time, I haven't got much to comment on this. When you said that you were going to be talking about the void, I thought you meant the law and the void mother as speculation about stuff that's going to come. So I've even had a misconception and a misidea
All
on
right.
exactly what was going on.
And thank you for correcting me on this. So I really want to try this thing that Zenobia told me about. That if you go into your Nautilon in the void, then let's see what happens.
I've had a lot of people in my comments complaining about the lights that flash on the Nautilus inside of VR. So it causes them to almost have a fit because it's really annoying and distracting. I haven't tried it myself yet.
So I'm just going down. Oh, my speed is 154 kilo units per hour.
Cynical, didn't you do this? Get inside of a Nautilus and barrel roll into the void once.
Yeah, I've
He's
literally
definitely not
been
doing it
doing
now.
it this entire time.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been doing it right now.
yeah, I saw your video on this. I've also seen you fly in your ship in towards the sun as well, and it dissolving slowly. I think one of your
Yes.
videos is like 8 hours long.
Yeah, the first time I ever tried to go like close to the sun, I actually ended up in a new system. Don't ask me how it happened. I got like to the end of I think, like 7-8 hours in, and the next thing you know, I checked my map. I'm in a completely new system, completely random.
Deepest
Yeah, presumably goes online,
ocean!
essentially. Yeah.
Did you guys notice that?
something-
I finally
I-
reached the deepest ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know how legit that is, mate, but yeah.
It isn't. Clearly
No.
isn't. And how do I get back? All I have to do is exit the Nautilon. I'm back
Yeah,
on
be back
top
on the surface.
immediately.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm really far.
See, something I like about Cynical's channel is he's always pushing the game to destruction and working out what he can break next.
Correct.
I mean, I did
Yeah.
see the fallout that he got, and I did inside of my live stream that I did fairly much straight after the Monday. I mentioned about the drama that was happening and the fallout that he was getting, the pushback, and I used that AI analogy of a Rambo house cat, and the fact that you have to, tell people there's AI in this day and age, because people will believe it if they see it. They believe it. They believe what they see with their eyes, and it can be a little bit scary on what people can believe now.
Yeah.
But then
yeah.
the way technology is getting, disclaimers. I mean, I do my Captain Stephen Exo adventures, and I've got the Exo droid talking. I use AI to do it, or sometimes I use a voice encoder on my own voice. I've actually had people say in the comments, "Why are you acting like you don't know how to play the game, Steve? We've seen countless videos. You obviously know what you're doing. What's this all about?" Like, it's clear that I'm role playing. It's a sandbox, and I'm role playing. But maybe even if I do that journey again, maybe I need to put a disclaimer up myself.
I mean,
Disclaimer on yourself, but yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, every now and then I get questions about what is light no sky, and I keep forgetting that not everybody knows what that is.
You see, in that instance,
yeah.
I made a 2-minute trailer video for Light No Sky, and every single video that I done live or whatever, I put that as or even if I premiered, I put that as a trailer so people would understand. But even doing that afterwards, I still had people asking me, "What is this? What's this all about?" Yeah, you can't have a rolling disclaimer the whole way through your video, can you? I suppose there's no cure for it. I mean,
No, there isn't.
I think
can't
half the
please
problem really
everyone.
was exactly. But I mean, I think half the problem was the fact of I showed the glitch in the anomaly. Now, obviously, because I was being the tyrannical ruler, I was throwing people off in the anomaly. That just kind of like the main focus of the video wasn't to show the glitch, but just to have that like presence of a threat, to go inside with the RP. But I think because I didn't announce beforehand that it was just essentially just a staged video. Like I said, I was just throwing my pals off. It was all doing it to each other off camera. It was quite funny. But obviously to make it sound like, it is a real thing and it's going to like ruin your saves and things like that. I really should have worded it a lot better. But I think when people seen that I think a lot of the community didn't understand the mechanics of nothing actually happens, which is why I had to then make another video to prove it. I think the idea of something like that happening, the idea alone was enough to send people really mad about it. I think that's where the problem was, really.
yeah. And the fact that it was inside your video titles. I know you've got to make video titles catchy so people actually click them to see
That's
what's
it.
going on.
I've
But
actually
I can
seen-
imagine people read your titles, didn't watch the video, and jumped to conclusions. I mean, Good Guys
Oh,
Free,
God,
you was
aye.
on holiday. You went by the titles and you jumped
Yeah.
to the same sort of conclusions. So I can see where people were coming from.
And that's the thing, like when people who don't do YouTube don't understand that, you know, you get called clickbait and things like that a lot, but you don't understand. You have, in order to get your videos out there, you have to make your titles engaging as possible.
Let me
It's a very fine line.
let me try to mention something that I've watched recently, about I don't know, a couple of months ago, and I'll try to put a link to that. There's a very interesting channel that I watch a lot from, which is called Veritasium. This guy,
Yeah, I've seen him.
yeah, so he has one of his videos specifically speaks about clickbait and types of
Yeah.
clickbait, and it's very clear that clickbait, or the existence, whether something is clickbait or not, is pretty much a subjective thing. Okay, one thing a person will think is total clickbait and give you a lot of heat of why do you say that, and later do this and that, and others will say, yeah, it's exactly what I expected, right? It's really subjective.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's very clear that you have to find that fine line between clickbait, which is, well, or let's say the wrong or bad type of clickbait, where you use a very catchy title or something in your thumbnail to get people to click, and then you don't follow up on that promise. I mean, you're basically, when you put in a title, you're literally promising something, an information. Something will happen in this video to answer a question that you're asking, or will clarify something. And if you don't follow up on that promise, then this is the bad type of clickbait. This is what Veritasium says. There is the other type of clickbait where you use it because you need people to click to watch, because you want them to watch so that you can pass the message that you have. And if you do have a message and you do follow up on the promise of that information in the video, then some people will just say, this is not clickbait, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I mean, that's the thing. Like with that video of obviously me putting people in anomaly, like the video title was, you know, we grief people in anomaly. Technically speaking, that was right. I just left out the part that I was just griefing my own friends. Well, I mean, technically it was right.
Yeah. But then, you know, we know what happened. The other thing that happened was that some people have seen this and decided, hey, we can do that, even though it doesn't cause any damage. The fact that some people took it as a suggestion to do this to others who did not participate willingly, that is kind of, I kind of don't like that. I prefer not to. But this is exactly that fine line between what we can do and what we can't do. Okay, literally doing things against people's will is definitely not a good idea. It's not a good thing, and we shouldn't show people that we're doing it and make them think that it's that we are really griefing others. But then there's the question of, how do we show that the game has bugs? As long as there are bugs in the game, and this game is so complex, so sophisticated by now, that no matter what, there will be bugs. There will be bugs. There are bugs. There are many bugs. There are some day zero bugs that are still in the game. At least as far as I know, I've been told this by more than one person. And there will be bugs. Okay? The question is, do we show those bugs or not? And I'm guessing that showing that a bug exists is one thing, and I think we all agree that showing how we abuse these bugs in ways that are not so nice, that's probably not a good idea. But let's try to move to other topics. I mean, one of the things that I've been getting a lot is how do we know that Light No Fire will be any better than No Man's Sky in terms of multiplayer? And I've been getting so many people writing me. I mean, I actually got several really heated comments that LNF, Light No Fire, will be just as bad as No Man's Sky. What do you guys think? I mean, I have my own thoughts, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. Let's start with
I
Granny.
think that is assuming a lot, I mean, I think that the creators have learnt a lot through some of the things that have happened with No Man's Sky, and I mean, I think that it's, to be honest, I think it's bound to be better because, I was talking to my son about this. He's an app developer and programmer, and he was saying that sometimes when you've made something and you have updates and you try to improve things, sometimes you can't. There's certain points that you can't improve on unless you totally go back and redo the whole thing, because some things are fundamentally sort of in there, So that might be one of the reasons why the trouble with the multiplayer's been so ongoing. I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but it was just a theory that my son was kicking around, And I mean, I think it's going to be better. I really hope so. I'm not going to assume that it's not going to be. I'm just going to hope that it is. I think that's
I'm just gonna play the game,
positive way
call it
to put
done, because they probably learned
play
a
the
lot.
game.
I mean, this game is what? How old now? They gotta have learned something, okay?
It's just
saying.
about
Definitely.
9 years old, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, exactly. I think that they've learned. They must have learned a lot of stuff over that time, and as I say, sometimes there are certain aspects that is hard to go back and change without completely redoing it. Well, that's what I've been led to believe. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stay positive about it. I'm not going to judge it until after it's out and I've played it.
What do you think, Steve?
Even
I mean, you
then-
have a lot of technical knowledge, right?
Sorry, did you say Stephen? Did you mean me?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Well, I kind of feel if the multiplayer is handled in the same way as it is with No Man's Sky, like they're going to offshoot it using Azure platforms. I mean, the multiplayer in No Man's Sky used to be pretty stable, used to be pretty good. And over time, it's actually got worse and a little bit more flaky. And not as stable as it once was. At least I don't think it has. I think if they, at launch, have multiplayer in their in-house servers like it used to be with No Man's Sky, I think multiplayer would be okay. My main concern, though, isn't so much the multiplayer aspect. The fact that the planet is Earth-sized and huge. I mean, if I go outside now and I want to travel, I don't know, 6 miles, the amount of point of interest that I'm going to come across in our own planet in real life are going to be fairly small. But then when you apply that to a computer game and a planet the size of Earth based in medieval times, I just wonder how much time we're going to spend flying on our dragons or our airborne mounts, flying over swathes and swathes of landscape that don't have points of interest. I mean, even when you look at that trailer, you see that inside the trailer. There's a couple of points of interest, but they're not as dense as they are even in our own planet. Depending on where you're flying. I mean, the Nevada desert, I mean, let's face it, that's kind of the equivalent. I need to see another trailer before I can really form an opinion. But if I had to base my opinion on what we've seen so far, I would say that there's a lot of work for them to do to make things interesting all the time. I'm hoping that they're going to add in some kind of AI NPCs with procedural missions and procedural dungeons and procedural tasks to do. But in No Man's Sky, I think where they fall short is giving us rewards. It's like all those milestones we've got to catalogue zoological animals, do 10 planets and get every single creature. Well, what do you get
Right.
at the end of it? You don't get anything. They need to
Right.
have decent rewards for your milestones inside of Light No Fire, or else I think it's going to feel as empty
Mm.
as No Man's
I
Sky when
think
it comes to
the
rewards and loot.
yeah, I think so, because I think the farming will have to be a lot better, um, because that'll make it really immersive. You know, it's like playing Vintage Story. You know, the
You're not gonna
farming
get that, Grady. I'm
and
sorry.
things is very addictive.
You're
I'm
not gonna
really
get
hooked.
that. I'm gonna have to block you from that game. I'm gonna have to. I'm going to have to block you.
And everything makes sense in that game. It's
Lady,
Yeah,
amazing.
but
lady.
you're dealing with a different beast, though. You can't
I know, but I mean,
put.
if the
Yeah.
if the farming is, you know, like, you know, you can actually put your creatures into, you know, construction, and you can get their hides and tan them and make things, and you can. I mean, if you're going to have a you know, multiplayer game like Light No Fire, and it's on the Earth, and it's a survival game, you really need to have those things in it. You know, because you're not going to be able to just go and sell them and magically get a new
Well, yeah,
upgrade
but
to
you're
your
probably gonna be
exos
able to
too.
kill the creatures and get said hides. You're not gonna be able to get it that detailed. I'm sorry, Granny. You're not gonna run into that type of immersion, okay? Yeah.
Be interesting, won't it?
Uh,
It's gonna
I
be
was
more like
messing around.
EverQuest. Remember when you go kill like a lion, you get a pelt off of it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be
right. It's
medium
probably going to be
tannin and
something
heavy
like that.
tannin and
I,
yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be more like
yeah.
that. It's not gonna be
Lime,
makeup like Vintage Story. God, that
soaking
face.
it in lime and putting it in the weak tannin and in the strong
Yeah, it's not gonna be
tannin.
like that, Gertie. It's not that
oh,
kind of beast. It's not that kind.
I want to say
It
something
could
about
be
this.
though.
Yeah, go for it, hon.
You know, just like Captain Steve said, and the fact that the game Light No Fire is going to be very, very different is it's pretty obvious. It has to be very different. Now,
Yes, it does.
there was a big question of how does Hello Games know to make a game like that? I mean, have we seen any RPG game from Hello Games? I'm pretty sure we haven't an actual RPG. But then anybody who's played The Last Campfire knows that
Yeah, I have.
the so have I, and I know that Captain Steve did as well.
Yeah.
Um, anyone who's played that game knows that the ability to tell a story definitely exists there, and it's a good one. Um,
Yes, yes.
and as for when I heard the first time I heard Captain Steve, the first time that I heard your take on this issue with the in-house servers for multiplayer versus the Azure servers and how things became less and less stable, that really um, that really struck me because this is stuff that I wasn't aware of. I mean, I'm not very big
Weather
on
warning, incoming storm.
I'm not very big
Uh-oh.
on history, and what happened was my original thought was that my I do have some knowledge regarding how to build computer software, how to build distributed software, the kind of thing that you need to do in order to build a multiplayer game. And it seems to me that when the game is not as how to say when the game is not as complex as it is today, and when multiplayer started, there were less things in the game. There were less, yeah, extreme wind event. I guess we need to go somewhere else.
Into the void.
Yeah, we could try to fly in.
Yeah, I think we should
Oh.
fly in all together like a squadron.
Ah,
Oh.
too late.
Oh
But
no.
Zeno, I had
The
a little
risk.
funny thing happen just a minute ago.
Uh-oh.
I put down a exo ship, and when I went to get in it, it said,
Ah, I triggered it. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yes. Yes. Take off your
Yeah.
headphones immediately.
No, I immediately muted the voice.
Okay,
I
hon. You got
immediately
it. Good.
muted.
I was going to say it hurts.
Sorry about that. And
Turn down. No,
Yeah.
turn down. No, just turn down the volume. Dude, just stay in game and turn down the volume real quick. You gotta fight against it.
Which view is the best?
I actually exited back to
Oh.
the to the game, to the main menu. Quickly, I apologize for this to anybody watching the stream. This was pretty
Oh,
loud.
I try to give everyone a heads up, but yeah, I tell you.
And you did, and this is the reason that base that we were at is called Screaming Chorus. I guess, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And this is something
That's right.
this is something that my good friend Zenobia told me about when she first told me about the void, the planetary void. And I tried several times and could not trigger this in the way that I just did. That's why I let myself do this.
And then suddenly, by the
And now I
screaming
did.
chorus,
This
just
is
like
actually the
peek
first
boo.
time.
Shall
Yeah,
we
you
all
play
fly
Poke the
in-
Planet.
Yeah.
Shall we
Yep.
all fly in together?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
it's really
really.
funny
Go
watching
ahead.
the other person's ship in front of you. It sort of jumps around in really odd ways.
Yeah.
It used to.
Just back to the Light No Fire stuff momentarily ago.
Mhm,
I
of
mean,
course.
although that I sort of chimed off and said that there's a couple of concerns I've got, there's a lot more reasons that I want to play the game than reasons that I'm feeling a little bit concerned. I mean, I love the art style. I love the idea of being a bunny freaking armored up ninja riding on the back of some sort of little kingfisher. I think it's going to be really sweet. It's almost like Sylvanian families hits Lord of the Rings. So I think it's going to be a really nice world to be in and a little bit more of an escape from reality. With No Man's Sky, when you get to the centre of the galaxy, spoiler alert, I mean, we all know what happens. I just hope that there's rhyme or reason to Light No Fire that gives us some sort of reason to catalogue or traverse this giant world that they're giving us to play in. I need to see another trailer, basically, is what I'm saying. But at the same time, I know that I'm going to be buying it regardless because it's a Hello Game Studio game and it looks beautiful and it looks whimsical and it ticks a lot of boxes for me.
Right.
Is the
I mean, I'm gonna play because it's it's a game. I'm cool. As long as it's fun, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it for sure. Well, I joined Zenobia's game and everything's black here.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea
Oh, my
where I'm
bad.
at.
I'm sorry, Granny.
That's
well,
what
not
happens.
Granny,
I
but
mean,
Good Guys Free.
I mean,
Oh, God.
people need to
Just start with
know
G's.
when you join somebody who is
The void.
in the void, in the planetary void. It's rough. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my settlement, and hopefully, some of you will join me back.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I mean,
So I wanted to say something explanatory about the difference in design of a multiplayer game. I'll try to do this as simple as possible. Basically, the big problem with multiplayer is probably this. Okay, so if you're looking at my character now running, okay, and then I put out here's my rig, or I switch to my multi-tool, okay, or I decide to emote something. Okay, there are multiple parts of my character's body. Okay, there's multiple parts of my character's body, and in order for somebody else who's standing near me to be able to see what I'm doing, the game has to transmit that information of what I'm doing several times every second. Now, let's say that the character was just a blob, just a sphere. Okay, there's no direction, there's no nothing, there's only a position. In order to know where it is, that sphere has a position in the world, and the game has to transmit that information several times a second. Okay, and let's say that there's two players in the same area. Then what happens is that each player has to transmit several times every second the position of the sphere that represents that player. Now, if you had a third player, now each player has to transmit this information to 2 different locations. So that's 3 players. Each one of them is sending 2 packets of information several times a second, which means that's 6 packets. Now, if you increase that to 4 players, the numbers start stacking up. And now you want to have something that's more than just a sphere for a body. You want to have a multi-tool. You want to have all of these things are more and more information. And every body part, like if I raise my weapon or if I fire, that information has to transfer from my game to everybody else who is around. And if there's 10 people, these numbers stack up very, very, very fast. Now, when you look at it, okay, if you have a game and you add multiplayer later, then every place in the game, in the code, you need to find all the places that affect other players that are around, and you just decide, do I have to transmit this information, yes or no? And if you do need to transmit this information, then now you have to add code that sends that packet of information multiple times every second to every person in the area. And that's why like groups of 10 to 15 people in the same location kind of still work okay. But if you try to put 30 people in the same place, that's bound to get very, very glitchy and may not even work at all. However, if you design a game from the ground up to be a multiplayer game, then you already start with a very premise that you need to design it to begin with as a good multiplayer game. Then you make choices that all of the choices of how you do your character, how you do your motion, all of these things are done in a way that suits the underlying need to transmit the information. And what you do is you basically start with a proper system that can disseminate information to multiple locations. And I don't want to bore the viewers, but I've actually worked in situations that are similar to this with a different kind of system where you had a central mechanism that can be where you can add more and more servers to do more and more work, to receive more and more information from the games of different players, and to combine it into one central location. And that central location knows what's happening everywhere, and it can actually do the work of filtering out and just sending you the information of stuff that you need. People or players that are near you, like within, 10, 15 you'll get 10 different updates every second. Whereas players that are 100 from you, you'll get 1 or 2 updates per second. This can be done, and I really want to believe, and I do believe, that Hello Games can do this. They can design the game as multiplayer from the ground up, which means that there's a good chance that it will be a good multiplayer experience for everyone. That's what I think. There, I'm done blabbing about this.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. It really does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you.
Going into the void, if you get into a certain position, if you understand the noise, and skim along it, and it's almost like surfing a wave or something.
Yeah. You could trigger it more often than not now, though, I've noticed. If beforehand, you had to, like, poke the planet and, like, agitate it. It gives you several warnings before it would just sound. But now it just does it. It gets angry with you very quickly.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, though, I mean, it's 9 years on, and we can still enter into the void. We can still do this planetary glitch. You've been showcasing the whole time in this video.
Yeah.
So there's still fundamental flaws, even in the code inside of the engine, because it's this engine that they're going to be using inside of Light No Fire. I wouldn't be surprised if, when you do get your hands on Light No Fire, when you're building a base, you might be able to enter the void using exactly the same technique as what you see inside of this game.
Wait a second, Captain
You
Steve.
know.
Have you hacked my Google account and somehow found my to-do list for Light No Fire?
But this is what I'm getting at. I mean, we were all hoping that Light No Fire is going to learn from things that they've learned throughout the years of working on No Man's Sky. But there's still things inside of No Man's Sky that exist from like year 2, year 3, all the way up to year 9, where we are now.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, well, if they haven't fixed it in No Man's Sky over 9 years, are they going to fix it inside of their latest game? You'd like to say yes, and I hope to say yes, but until I see more, then I don't want to come across negative. I mean, the question that you phrased and the way that you asked it is asking for those negative concerns.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that I am positive about the game, but at the same time, I've got to take on board the concerns of the studio and what holes already exist in No Man's Sky. I can't ignore those because that's the only source material that we have right now. It's very difficult for me to give a positive answer around the way that you phrased, are you concerned about Light No Fire for X, Y, and Z reasons?
Granny, check your towels.
Oh yes, so, I'm sorry. I'm just having so much of a time in the void, in and out of the void.
Oh, you're in the void. Okay, that's
Yeah, I'm like.
So,
Yeah, it's pretty
I-
weird how the colours change, isn't it?
it's beautiful.
Yeah, but
trying
we're
to
not
find-
seeing that. So,
Oh, really? Wow. It goes from now it's bright orange and the sky's pale blue, and I'm flying along the edge of it, like, so I don't keep flipping in and out.
we see. So,
I've lost it. It's gone blue. It's gone normal again.
It's even like the colliding planets. I mean, some people will love them. They think they're quite quirky, they're quite lovely, but should they exist? Should they even exist inside of this
No,
engine? Shouldn't
they
there be some code that restricts the
Yes,
planets from
they
colliding?
should. I like
but
it.
let's separate
Hey.
between the engine and the game. There is the graphic engine.
Ah,
Okay?
there we go.
There's the graphic engine. There is likelihood. I think there's high likelihood, just like you said, Captain Steve, that the game will definitely. Well, definitely is not a good idea to say, but I think you're absolutely right that the game will probably have similar layers and similar glitches like No Man's Sky. I think that's highly likely. And then there are some things that I don't think are related to the engine per se. For example, the duplication glitch is something that we need to wonder about. We can ask the following question: is the duplication glitch an engine issue or a game issue? Because it could be that the game itself is the one that interprets the fact that two different refiners are at the same physical location, at the same coordinates, or is it something else? Is the engine just telling the rest of the game there's a certain number of items at certain position, and then the game itself is the mechanism that interprets that and says, okay, if you remove these refiners, then I have to give you what existed in that spot. That is a question, but I think this is getting too technical.
I think you're making it technical where it is quite simplistic in actuality. I mean, look at the wire glitching for building,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that you don't need the resources to actually build. Hello Games have probably watched people like b-ball and glitch builders building and saw that they are using a glitch inside the game to build what they're building. If Hello Games plugged that and fixed it, it's going to upset a massive swathe of the community. That glitch is so embedded now that it's part of the core gaming mechanic, almost like the melee strafe drum. You know, they made that canon in the end because it was a glitch. I kind of feel that they're scared to fix some of the things with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky just seems to be a little bit of a Frankenstein's monster inside of their sandbox. I'm really hoping that No Man's Sky is more of their concept for how Light No Fire is going to be. And I'm hoping Light No Fire hasn't got those things to then become so beloved that they become part of the actual gameplay as a glitch. I mean, we all love these collided planets. They're hoping that they don't remove them. I mean, Daniel Hipley's just said he's found 3 planets smudged together, which is insane.
So Daniel Hipley
Yeah.
says that he can send this to you, and if you want to share it in the chat, that'll be really nice. I'd really love to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Especially
Let's-
with me,
let's
I'm
do
always
that.
in the void. I sit there.
Let's
I'll
do
just
that.
take
That
some.
sounds awesome.
So Daniel Hipley, if you
Screenshot.
could
Live.
send this to Captain Steve, and Captain Steve can send this to me on Discord, on the chat of the Discord voice channel that we're in.
Yes, I'll send some that I've taken from where I've been.
So Daniel Hipley, is this in Euclid or different galaxy?
Galaxy
Euclid.
19. No. This is a completely different
Oh,
subject,
sorry.
Granny. You're completely lost in conversation.
Yeah, what I
Okay,
would like to
I'm
say
coming.
is Hello Games listens to the community. If they see that glitch builders use this glitch technique to build these fantastic bases, they're not going to break it because they want the community to enjoy that aspect. They might tweak it and add in extra green states for everybody else to be able to do it more easily and readily, but they're not going to plug that hole. And I think it's the same with duplication. I mean, the amount of time that duplicating a few things here and there saves you in doing the grind over and over again is probably why Hello Games put in the toggle to swap game modes from normal mode to creative mode. Well, if you like duplicating stuff, why not just put it in creative mode? Just craft it inside of your inventory.
I couldn't
I
agree
think
more.
I think No Man's Sky is a sandbox, and I think that they've given us the ability to play it however we like. And if you want to play by glitching the heck out of stuff, or if you want to build into the void, you can. If you don't want to do none of that, don't. It's all optional. But I'm wondering whether Light No Fire is going to be a sandbox or whether it's going to be a game. If it's going to be a game, then I think they need to tighten that up. If it's going to be a sandbox, then I hope they give us all the quirkiness and all the wonderfulness that is No Man's Sky. Because at the end of the day, all this quirkiness adds to the charm of No Man's Sky, in my opinion.
It does.
I
It really does.
absolutely agree. I just love all the craziness in there, like, glitch building and all the things you can find to do, that's sort of, I mean, that's part of the fun of it for me.
And I think there's actually been a situation where the timing of the ability to glitch was changed, and there was a huge outcry. This was sometime around, I think it was sometime around the Sentinel update, that in one of the patches changed the timing, and it was just terrible. Really, really
It's
terrible.
happened
Upset
more
the
than
reverse
once.
banjo glitch, didn't it, or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
With Light No Fire being fantasy based, I think a lot of people are going to be thinking of the likes of Skyrim and World of Warcraft, that you usually have like games masters, mission givers. If they're expecting that sort of thing, they might go into it, and if it is a sandbox and it's more like No Man's Sky's universe, but on a one planet, they might be a little bit disappointed. There might be pushback there. But then if it's a sandbox and it's got all the quirkiness of No Man's Sky, I think No Man's Sky players are going to feel very much at home, and the fan base is going to translate easier. It can't be easy for Hello Games right now to know where to go with Light No Fire. I'm hoping that they do a balance of the two. I mean, Skyrim's got its case of bugs, hasn't it? But it adds to the charm. Everybody knows the glitches and the bugs inside of Skyrim. I'm really excited for Light No Fire, but at the
Me
same time,
too.
I have got the concerns that you picked up on earlier, good guys. I mean, I've done a couple of videos on my concerns, but at the same time, I don't think the concerns have to be a negative per se, because they could add to the charm. But it's a case of waiting and seeing, isn't it?
Right.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to drop. But yeah, have fun exploring your void. From the sounds of things, you're seeing gnarly colours and really trippy stuff happening down there. Sometimes you do see some pretty interesting stuff when you go through the planet. Some of the planet's cores are weird, aren't they?
They are. I'll put the photos somewhere anyway that I took, and it was quite astounding, really, the way it changed in there. But
bye, everybody watching
yeah.
Good Guys Freeze live. Bye, and thanks for the invite, good guys. It has been interesting.
Thank
It's been very
you.
good bouncing some ideas.
Thank
Maybe
you,
we could do this
Steve.
closer to Light No Fire. Goodbye, Granny Plays. Goodbye, Znova. And Cynical, if
Bye.
you're still about. I think you had a family thing there, didn't you? Bye. Nice to
Goodbye.
meet
Thank
you all.
you for
Bye.
joining us.
See ya.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
That was awesome.
Daniel Hipley, I would be very happy if you could join my Discord server and send me also that, and I will add you
Gone.
to my game. But I think at this hour we've been about an hour and 20 minutes in the stream, and for some of us, specifically for Granny, this is getting really late. I really thank you for joining us when it's this late for you.
I'm kind of used to it.
Well, if you're friends with
Yes,
Zenobia,
you know.
Yeah, you were really used to it. You have no idea.
We've both got insomnia, so you know.
No, we don't. God, how do you like this, Granny?
come on.
I've lost you now.
What do you mean? Doctor-patient
Granny, I sent you a
confidentiality.
towel.
Heard about that?
Granny, I sent you tells a while back. I told you to like drop and then come join me in the group. Why are you like this?
Hey, Joy Roth,
Hello.
joining right at
I
the
do know
top
it's
time
the-
we're about to finish up. Well, still really happy that you joined. All right, I think
Yeah,
we'll
it was
wrap it
really
up
good.
here. Yeah, Jerry, you wanted to say something?
Oh, not particularly. It was really good. I didn't do a lot in there because I've been there a few times, but I thought the place deserved a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, it was a nice
Yeah,
one.
it's beautiful.
Hey, I added some
And-
chairs.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
chairs.
I trust
And that-
everybody there.
All
yeah, and
right.
that base, that beautiful base with the what do you call it? Pyramid. That was gorgeous. I went there. Yeah.
Yeah, it
and I
was
got
very, very
some-
beautiful. Yeah.
I got some really good footage of the void and the color changes and the sound. Oh my goodness, the sound.
Oh my God, not the
was
screaming
moaning.
chorus. Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, friends, NMSers, anybody else, thank you for joining us for this stream. Thank you to Professor Cynical. Thank you to Zenobia. Thank you to Captain Steve. Thank you for Teru, who was with us. Thank you to Granny. I'm going to be signing off now, and just keep playing the game and enjoy. And as always, we'll always try to bring you the latest news. And when another emoji drops, which we really hope will happen soon, as always, I'll try to give an update which is not very hyped, just kind of level-headed. And that's about it. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Thanks for having us. Bye.